Jay Marantatu. Hello and welcome to Celtic Roots Radio, coming to you today from Belfast, Northern Ireland. Celtic, folk, folk rock, Appalachian, bluegrass, Scottish, Irish, Breton, Cajun. If it's Celtic or roots music you like, you'll find it here on Celtic Roots Radio.
Hello buddies, this is the Celtic Roots Radio Show with more new music and a bit of crack from me, Raymond McCullough. And we started the show off in the right way with a Celtic rock song from the Mimi Burns Band in Indiana, USA. That was called Gypsy Dance. Our show today is sponsored again by Belfast Girls, an Irish novel about 3 girls growing up in post-Troubles Belfast, now available on Amazon.com and on Kindle, etc. You can also hear it on a new podcast which you'll find on iTunes. And for more information on the author, Gerry McCullough and Belfast Girls, check out Gerry with a G and a Y, McCullough.com, or go to Gerry's fan page on Facebook for regular updates. By the way, Gerry's also a member of our Celtic Roots Cafe network. You'll find information about Belfast Girls there, and you'll also find at least 33 great music videos, songs, photos, information about some of our artists, forum posts and a blog. It's all at celticrootsradio.ning.com. And you keep on saying nice things about us in emails and Facebook messages, but we don't always read the ones we get from our artists. Cheynne Murphy in New South Wales, Australia, sent us a message on our Facebook fan page. Hi guys, thanks for selecting my tune Old World for your radio station. Looking forward to listening in. Some new Celtic inspired tracks at CheynneMurphy.com. The Rolling Hills of Barron are singing. Well, you're going to be singing this show, Cheynne. We're playing Old World later on in the show, and it's a lovely song. Here's another artist message from Facebook. Mary Sarah Agliotta from Pennsylvania, USA says, Hello Celtic Roots. I'm incredibly honoured and delighted to have my song Fire selected for your station. It was written during a dire time in the world, the conflict in Kosovo, and was an offering of the deepest sort I could muster. Well, we only pick great songs, Mary Sarah, and it's interesting to learn the background to that song. Thank you for telling us. Mary Sarah's song was chosen in our latest Sonic Bids gig opportunity, and we'll be playing it on a future show. By the way, if any of you know of a great Celtic or acoustic radio show on a particular station, send me their contact details to Raymond at CelticRootsRadio.com. Keep in touch with us through email or Facebook message, and some of you are now following us on Twitter at Celtic Roots with an underscore. And please, please, please go to your local iTunes store and review the show for us. You'll find our other podcasts on iTunes too, just by searching under my name. And we're listening now to The Irish Experience, another Celtic band from Washington State, USA, and The Wicked Jig. That was another traditional song from Ockham's Razor from Washington State, USA. Oro Shedabachawalia. Father Ockham, by the way, was a 14th century English priest and theologian who came up with the Ockham's Razor principle, which was basically a version of keep it simple, stupid. Last time I was telling you about the Latin word Scotty, meaning an Irishman. Well now, I'm sure you've heard it said that you should never refer to a Scotsman as Scotch. That's a drink, they say. The correct term is Scots or Scottish. Well, that's all very well, but then why do we have several towns in the north of Ireland with an Irish street or a Scotch street, eh? In most towns you'll have a main street and a high street, a church street, Castle Street maybe, possibly a railway street. But in Dungannon, County Tyrone, Armagh City, and Downpatrick in County Down, among others, you have a Scotch street. It's not called Scots Street or Scottish Street. Armagh and Downpatrick also have an Irish street, while Limavady, County Londonderry, has an Irish Green Street. Downpatrick has an English street as well. But to the best of my knowledge, the Welsh never got in on the act at all. There's never a Welsh street. This all dates back to something called the Plantation of Ulster, which has left us with a bit of a legacy, especially in the north of Ireland. Ulster has always been the most Gaelic part of Ireland and the most resistant to English rule. But after years of bitter warfare, the English finally gained control here too, and the flight of the Earls took place in 1607. The Ulster Gaelic chieftains Hugh O'Neill and Hugh O'Donnell and their close supporters left Ireland by ship to seek help from Spain, which was the superpower of the time. They were destined never to return. The English King James confiscated the lands of the rebels and anyone who had sided with him. He also wanted to reward his faithful English and especially Scots supporters. So they came up with the idea of the plantation, or colonisation really, of the parts of Ulster that had previously been so rebellious. Planters had to be English speaking, not Gaelic speaking, and they had to be Protestant. We're listening to Brad Reid, a great fiddler from Nova Scotia, Canada, and the Skinner set.
PhD in life. Her apprehension would baffle the mystics, but she'll never be my wife. It's not her body or cash I desire, it's the mind that interests me. For her I burn with intellectual fire. Her IQ's 153, but she's confused by me. 153. Why she can't understand me, why she hasn't figured me out. I'm as deep as a puddle, so why can't she see? She won't have to scream and shout. She has become that by which I judge all others in this world. I'm not bitter, no, I don't bear a grudge. Just love me, I'm growing old. I'm fading quickly, I'm growing old. She is the best thing about today. I can't turn my back and walk away. She might be wrong, though she's usually right. I just wanna hold her through the night. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. Is the best thing about today. I can't turn my back and walk away. She might be wrong, though she's usually right. I just wanna hold her through the night. She is the best thing about today. Can't turn my back and walk away. She might be wrong, though she's usually right. I just wanna hold her through the night. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh,
oh. 153, The Simpleton's Lament, from our old friends the Rogues in Texas, USA. In a lot of cases, the local Irish population had been deserted by their leaders or forced off the land they had lived on for centuries, the land given to what they regarded as foreigners, even though the Scots were a related people, and a lot of bitterness began to build up. There weren't too many towns back then, and the land was depopulated after all the fighting there'd been. New towns and garrisons were built where only English was spoken, and English law replaced the Gaelic Brehon law. Maybe something in the region of 80,000 settlers, mostly Presbyterians from Scotland, had come to Ulster by the 1630s. But in 1641, the local Irish rebelled and attacked the Protestant settlements. The English reaction to this was severe, and there were a lot of atrocities on both sides. Protestants fled to the new towns for safety. Added to this mix was Oliver Cromwell and the overthrow of the English king by their own parliament. The Scottish Presbyterian army brought in to quell the rebellion sided with the king, while other defenders sided with Parliament, so that in the end both Catholic Irish and Scots Presbyterians were the losers and became dominated by Anglican English ascendancy. Thousands more fled from a famine in Scotland towards the end of the 17th century, so that Presbyterians became the majority of the Ulster population for the first time, and have been ever since. As the towns grew, eventually they began to have more of a native Irish, in other words Catholic, population. So you'd have a Presbyterian Scotch street area, probably in the business part of the town, and maybe a Roman Catholic Irish street, likely in a poorer district. English street would have represented the dominant Anglican seat of power and government. It's not complicated at all. We're listening now to a traditional tune called Irish Washerwoman from the Birch Creek Band in Connecticut, USA. More info about them in our cafe too.
watching the day now rising, it's warming. I'll dive into the sea, she surrounds me, I'll catch a wave, see it shine in the morning. She's calling, oh, she brings out the best in you. She's all the colors of a rainbow too. In the warm and sun, she is a pearl, my old world. Walking, the green valley's washed in spring, and it's talking. I say hello, can you tell me a story? I've seen you around, no sound, but it's calling, and I'm falling. No, she brings out the best in you. She's all the colors of a rainbow too. In the warm and sun, she is a pearl, my old world. So old world, you don't know my name. Your face is just a thought, but yours is the same. Goodbye. Old world, you'll always be a friend. Ah, she brings out the best in you. She's all the colors of a rainbow too. In the warm and sun, she is a pearl. Ah, she brings out the best in you. She's all the colors in the rainbow too. In the warm and sun, she is a pearl, my old world. It's goodbye. Old world, you'll always be a friend of mine. Moving on, I will not forget this time.
That was Cheynne Murphy from New South Wales, Australia, and a mellow song called Old World. We're going to finish now with a beautiful piece of Scottish music from Don and Margie Beaton, also from Nova Scotia, Canada, and Sir James. Wait for the pipes coming in. Come back here soon now. Slant.
Well, that's all we have time for in this show. Remember, you can find out more information about the artists and songs played on the show on our website at CelticRootsRadio.com. And if you're an independent artist and you'd like to hear your music played on this show, again, you'll find details on our website. That's CelticRootsRadio.com. Tune in again next week to Celtic Roots Radio. I'm Raymond McCullough, coming to you from Ireland. Slán agus Banagia.